Taiwan is defeated. A super Typhoon Haikui and Typhoon attack Taitung Mercilessly. The loud thunderclap caused the trees to break immediately. Typhoon Haikui officially made landfall in Taiwan with an unprecedented tornado phenomenon. The storm created a tornado that swept away cars on the road, trying to evacuate. The tornado swept away everything it passed through, collapsing houses and destroying everything. Many electricity poles were hit by lightning and exploded. The scene before our eyes was extremely scary and dangerous. Even trucks weighing dozens of tons can easily be knocked down by stormy winds on the road, and many houses can be destroyed. A house slowly collapsed before this scary superstorm. Rocks fell from the mountain and broke the iron bridge. Haikui was the first storm to cause direct landfall on the island in the past 4 years. And it's so harsh that after 4 years and in history, Taiwan is suffering from an extremely terrible storm. Typhoon Haikui brought heavy rain, causing flash floods and severe landslides. Strong level 3 Typhoon Haikui is devastating coastal Taiwan. People staying in the house cannot be completely assured because the wind of the storm can break windows, mirrors, or even blow off the roof. The roofs of buildings were blown away and the windows of an apartment buildings and companies were smashed to pieces. Heavy rain accompanied by a tornado in just a few minutes can destroy a lot of physical property. Alternating winds can create vortexes. Under the influence of the upward movement of hot, humid air in the thunderstorm, the swirling winds can rotate vertically, forming a tornado. And at this time, many tornadoes in Typhoon Haikui were formed and blew away the things it swept. Typhoon Haikui with level 3 caused some damage to the structures of small houses and buildings. Some aluminum curtains were broken and destroyed, and vehicles on the road were easily blown away. The mobile home was demolished and knocked down large tree branches. Curtains broke continuously during the storm, and the roofs of small houses were seriously damaged. Small structures were swept away, and large structures were severely damaged. Continuous rainfall can cause inland flooding. The city has many serious landslides, causing great traffic obstruction. And the wind gusts are so strong that cars cannot move in this harsh weather. The branches of the trees were suddenly knocked down by the wind, enough to show that the wind was extremely strong. Many small architectural buildings collapsed during the night of the storm, and millions of homes lost power and traffic was paralyzed for hours. In many areas, water levels rose, causing many vehicles to be submerged. Even many other areas of Taiwan were submerged in mud. The storm caused widespread destruction, washing away many houses. Floodwater rose like a river, and it took a long time to overcome the consequences. Typhoon Haikui felled hundreds of trees and damaged coastal roads. Trees were broken and roofs ripped off to soon obstruct traffic and the power network. Trees were blown down by the storm and blocking the road, making it difficult for vehicles to move. Many houses had their roofs blown off by the wind and had windows broken. The rain is especially heavy in the upstream of the river due to the impact of a major level 3 storm. Because the rainfall was so heavy, one of the dam's supporting pillars cracked and fell down. Heavy rain and thunderstorms lasted more than an hour, causing many roads to be heavily flooded. It seems like the gods are releasing water onto Earth as a way to vent their anger at humanity's treatment of nature. The amount of water poured down from the mountains at a terrible speed, blowing away houses wherever it went. The black, turbulent water caused by landslides from the mountains give us goosebumps. When it rains heavily, a large amount of water pours down. The soil and rocks are quickly eroded by the water. They fall off the hillside and fall down with the flood water, burying everything below. Typhoon Haikui overturned everything in its path, even high-rise buildings. Violent tornadoes destroyed entire cities, engulfing people and everything people tried to build. When natural disasters occur, all tools will become weak, and human strength is limited in avoiding natural disasters. The storm did not leave a single corner. Small houses in residential alleys were severely damaged. The force of the rising water pushes stationary parked vehicles to drift along the water. The black water flow is extremely strong, and no one can run to stop it. Taiwan is an area that suffers often from storms in the summertime. Many people were injured and killed when storms hit the island. The Taiwan Meteorological Agency confirmed that on the afternoon of September the 3rd, the storm made landfall in the coastal area of Taitung, a mountainous area with few people living in eastern Taiwan. According to a spokesperson for the above agency, the rain and wind will be the strongest, causing the most obvious impact as soon as the storm makes landfall. Across the island of Taiwan, more than 21,000 households lost power, and by mid-afternoon on September the 3rd, most households had electricity restored. In addition, Haikui is the first storm to make landfall and sweep across this entire territory in the last 4 years. Typhoon Haikui posed a risk of landslides in localities in the path of the storm. Nearly 4,000 people had been evacuated from high-risk areas, and hundreds of flights had been cancelled. All districts and cities in the eastern and southern regions of Taiwan had to give students and workers a break. Fallen trees block a road, making movement of vehicles very difficult. Many poles and traffic signs were knocked down by the storm. Even though the rain has stopped, the amount of water still shows no signs of receding. It flows like a river. Many stores along the main road were blown away by windstorms, causing damage. Cars stuck in thunderstorms are still waiting for rescue teams to save them. In the south of Taiwan, it belongs to the tropical belt, so Taiwan often experiences heavy rains in the summer. From July to October, tropical storms are most likely to hit the island, with an average of about 4 direct hits per year. Super Typhoon Haikui is an extremely large superstorm that made landfall in Taiwan 4 years after not suffering such a terrible storm. In the northern part of Taiwan, cloudy conditions persist throughout the year, while in the south, rainy days almost always occur in the summer. Therefore, southern Taiwan is always severely affected by landfalling storms. The Taiwan Meteorological Agency said that Typhoon Haikui had made a second landfall in the city of Kaohsiung, located in the southwest of Taiwan. For the first time on the afternoon of September the 3rd, Typhoon Haikui made landfall in Taiwan, accompanied by heavy rain and strong winds. And the second time was early morning on September the 4th, before weakening from a very strong storm to just a strong storm. That is also the reason why Taiwan is suffering extremely heavy losses from Super Typhoon Haikui,